Hey guys, it's Drew from Wild Hog Scooters, and today I'm going to be doing a eBay 100cc performance big bore kit for your 50cc or 49cc scooter. So this kit can be purchased on eBay. If you type in 100cc big bore kit, it's the first one that comes up. It's $185, give or take, and it should come with just about everything that you need. It's the cheapest and best kit that I've found that works for 49, 50cc scooters. I've had a lot of good experience with it here at the shop with customers, and if you take care of it, it should last you a long time. So let's dive into the parts. So the first thing is, I've already opened it, but it's going to be your performance muffler. It's pretty nice. It's two separate pieces, and you get the gasket for the middle. This is pretty high quality right here for your, it's going to make your scooter a little bit louder, going to give it a little bit more performance, and the brackets are welded really nicely. So the header, it's all one piece right here, it's welded, so just a really nice overall muffler that comes with the kit for the price. Normally you can get the mufflers by themselves for like 70 or 80 bucks, so the fact that it comes with the kit is pretty good. The most important part here, the engine, the top end here. So you got your valve cover gasket. All your gaskets are going to come with this kit as well, and you're going to have your 50mm bore with 64mm valves. So this is brand new. I haven't even opened it yet. These heads are actually really nice. The valves are good quality. I've done quality control tests on lots of these, and it's very rare to get one that leaks. The EGR is blocked off, so that's a really nice feature as well. So you can just pull off the EGR emission system from your scooter. The overall finish of the head is very nice. There's no scratches or damage, obviously, just looking at it. Your cut for the exhaust gasket is nice and polished, and everything just looks really nice. So these are overall really good. So, and then next over here, you're gonna have your cylinder and your piston set. So let's open this up. Comes wrapped and everything, which is really nice so that it won't get scratched against anything else. Now these pistons are significantly bigger than the 49cc piston. I'll do a comparison at the end there for you. You got your piston rings right here, which come separate in a bag, and then you push the piston out right here, the cylinder. And you're gonna have your retainer seals for the valves if you wanna change those out, which is nice. You got your piston clips and your wrist pin. So you're gonna get all new parts on this kit, which is just really nice. And some of the other kits where if you're just buying the cylinder and the head, you're not even gonna get some of these parts. So you have just a really nice polished piston on the side walls here. And it's got the cuts in it. It's gonna say in for intake, so you know how to set the piston, which way it goes, which is really nice. And then you've got your cylinder, your SMM cylinder here, and just overall really nice finish. If you want to also make sure that you check for cross hatching inside the cylinder, if you see any major straight lines or cuts inside here, you don't want to install it. So that's something to always check for, is the cross hatching in there. So there's your cylinder and piston. And then you're obviously going to have your head gasket and your base gasket. And your tensioner gasket in here. This is very important. You always want to make sure that you change out the gaskets. Don't try to save them, save your old gaskets, because you don't want oil leaks after you finished installing everything. That's just a major disappointment when you get that far. Also got your exhaust studs, your intake studs, and your exhaust bolts. It's nice to have brand new parts on there for everything as well, but you can save the old ones off of your old head and your old intake if you ever needed anything, but the studs match up, which is nice. Sometimes the Chinese studs, you'll see that they're mismatching or they're different lengths or something like that. So you'll see you have the short side and the long side, so you know for the carburetor, the long side sticks up and the short side goes down to the intake. And then you have your exhaust bolts right here. It's just a 10mm exhaust bolt, 10mm socket. And then you have your exhaust gasket right here. Now the exhaust gasket is pretty basic. It's not as good of a quality as you can get. It'll still work, but I do recommend picking up an extra one. It's only like an extra $2 if you want a better quality exhaust gasket, just to prevent future leaks. All right, so on top of the engine, with the top end here, you're gonna get a really nice A9 performance cam, which is really good quality. We have good experience with these. I've never seen a bad cam, these overall are just really good quality with the bearings, and it just fits really nicely with the chain and everything. So this is just a solid piece that goes with the kit, and you can see where you set it right here. You have your two small dots, and then on this side you have a bigger dot in the middle, and on this side you have nothing. So this dot is going to face out when you're at top dead center on the engine, so essentially the cam is going to sit like this. You don't want it to sit like this because then you'll be 180 degrees backwards. So there's your performance cam. You're also going to get a brand new intake, which is nice. Some of these parts, again, if your scooter is in good shape, you won't need to replace, but this kit just comes with some of the extras, which is a really nice feature. So you're gonna get a brand new 50cc intake with only a one side intake hose right here, which is really nice. Some of the older systems with the EGRs have two of these, so you have to block off one. So on this intake, you don't have to worry about that, which is just really nice. Let's find the rockers. Here we go. To finish off the top end, you have your 64mm rocker arms. You will want to change these out from your old ones. They may look exactly the same, but they are probably a little bit different to match the valve size on the head. So these are 64mm valves on this head, and these are your 64mm rockers. So you want to make sure that you change these out as well. And it's just always good to do a valve adjustment on your scooter while you're replacing top end parts. So this is a really nice thing to get with the kit there. So you're also going to get a 20mm carb, which is serviceable, which is very nice. Most carburetors that come on Chinese scooters are non-serviceable. They are sealed for EPA purposes. So the fact that this one just has the screws underneath is just really nice. And they also give you bigger jets, which I'll go over in just a minute. But this is a 20mm CVK carburetor, which is made in Japan, so it's good quality. And it's also going to come with extra hose right here for your gas line and for your overflow hose. And there's lots of videos on how to install carburetors, so I won't go over that, but you've got your electric choke and you've got your air and fuel mixture screw. So everything that you need is on this carburetor right here. And you even get a second extra fuel filter, which is really nice. So there's your carburetor. Speaking of fuel filter, they do send a second extra fuel filter as well. Just another great thing to have as a backup if your fuel filter is in good shape. So we'll just put that right there. With the carburetor, you're also going to get a really nice aftermarket air filter here. So this is, in my opinion, pretty comparable to Uni for what you're getting. It's obviously not top of the market, but it fits on the carburetor really nice. It's got the red foam filter and then the black cover, which is just really great. It sticks on nice. It's not loose. It's not going to fly off. And just the rubber on the back is good quality too. So you install it on the back of the carburetor and you got plenty of space on most 50cc scooters. So there's the filter. You're also going to get an NGK C7 HSA spark plug, which is always good to change out and have an extra as well. So spark plug's pretty nice. These are going to be your basic performance ignition coil and racing CDI. Now there are a lot of mixed reviews on the coils and the CDIs if they actually are going to help increase speed, and from my experiences, the CDI and the coil aren't going to increase your speed. What they're going to do is they're going to allow the spark to shoot faster and be stronger. So if you're looking for speed performance increases, don't rely on just the CDI and the coil. However, they do help with the performance kit as a whole, getting stronger spark with the bigger engine, which is really nice. So most of the time you can find these for, 10 to 15 bucks each, sometimes 20 bucks depending on where you go. So, again, when you start adding everything up, this is a really, inexpensive kit for what you're getting. So you're also going to get a new petcock. For most scooters come with a frame-mounted petcock for the 50cc. Some do have the gas tank mount. In that case, you can sell this to make some extra money, or you can just keep it. But for all the frame mounted petcocks, this is nice to have as a backup. Most of the time your petcocks don't really go bad, so I would keep this as an extra. But if you wanted to install it, obviously it's there for you to be able to install, and it goes right on the side of the frame underneath the plastic there. Some of the transmission parts that you're going to get is a performance variator here, which is really nice. Most kits that you find aren't going to come with an actual variator. They're only going to come with the roller weights. So this is a really nice feature that you get in this kit. It's going to come with the lighter aftermarket variator with, these are 6.5 gram roller weights, which is really nice. A lot of kits out there are going to come with like 8 gram rollers, and so the lighter gram roller weights really help with the top end and the takeoff and everything like that. So, and the variator itself is a little lighter, a little bit better quality. Even the clips right here are thicker and stronger. And so again, this is kind of your Chinese performance variator, but overall, again, for the quality of what you're getting as a whole and how much you're paying for it, it's really good for the price. And so if you wanted to change those parts, there are better quality brands out there, but you'll see with the tuning that you'll get on this kit, these do the job really well. I forgot to mention with the carburetor, you're going to get a couple of carburetor jets. You're going to get a 90, and a 95 main jet for the carburetor. With the kits that I install, if you install everything, I would go with the 95 main jet. That's the best result that I found. If you want to try the 90 jet, you're more than welcome to see the difference, but the 95 jet tends to do really good overall with the whole kit installed. So keep that in mind when you're working on your bike there. And you also are going to get a new carburetor insulator and gasket, which goes in between your intake and your cylinder head. These can get dry rotted and crack over time, so this is a really good piece to have and replace, which doesn't come with most smaller 100cc kits out there. You're also going to get some spring and clutch springs. These are 1500 RPM. This is what comes standard with the kit. These are really good for your clutch, but this is obviously, with everything with the kit, again, is going to help with a little bit more of the bottom end of the scooter, getting longer speeds over time. So having the clutch springs, you can just change that on your basic clutch, and if you wanted to change the bell housing and any of the internals, you'll have to buy that separate, but you do get those parts as well. And then last but not least, I should have went over this in the beginning, but you're gonna get some muffler clamps to go with your exhaust. However, some do have the mount in the back, so you wanna just slide this on right there and then clamp it into the back of the engine as well. It's just extra security. Whoops, there goes the muffler. But overall, you can see that the kit is pretty solid. You get just about everything that you would need. There's not much else that I would recommend with the kit. There are some other things that you can do, but for the least expensive price, for what I found with everything that you get, this is the best kit out there on the market right now. You can order on eBay and normally get it in a couple of days. They're just overall really good kits. We've had a lot of luck with them with customers, good results. We just installed one on a customer's bike last weekend, and maybe I'll add a little clip of us running it so you can hear the sound of what it's gonna sound like with the muffler. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, leave us a comment if you have any questions about installing your 100cc kit or what you should get as far as aftermarket parts or accessories. All right guys, so with this kit, we've seen speed increases from the average 49cc scooter going about 30-35 miles an hour to some of these scooters with the right tuning and everything can go over 50 miles an hour. I've clocked 53, 54 miles per hour once it's fully broken in. You gotta take it easy for the first 300 miles or so is what I recommend. Let the oils lubricate the top end of the motor, but 54 miles per hour is a top speed that I've seen, but you should see anywhere between 48 and 50 pretty easily as a increase on the stock scooter. All right, so this is one of the scooters that we just installed a 100cc kit on, and as you can see, the muffler is installed, looks really good. So let's start it up and hear it.